Minecraft has been laying around for the whole past decade, and there still are tricks and glitches that only I have discovered. And why me, you may ask? What's so special about me that only I have discovered those glitches? Simple. I just like to mess with the game and look through the code, and sometimes even find a way to intentionally cause the glitch to happen. The way that naturally spawned chest loot generation works is kinda interesting. The reason why naturally generated chests get loot generated in them when you open them is because the block, called loot generator, stays in the area of the chest and generates the loot in the chest when the loot generation block is triggered. It's triggered when an interaction with the chest or its area happens, like opening a chest or moving it. This will be used all throughout the video. We can take advantage of that here in this shipwreck. This shipwreck is made out of spruce and oak wood, which is not good because jungle wood shipwrecks have a significantly higher chance of giving you diamonds in their chests than any other type of wood shipwreck. We could fix that by placing the jungle wood around the chest, destroying these oak trapdoors because the game orientates by them a lot. Now we have tricked the game into thinking that this chest is inside a jungle wood shipwreck. And this will significantly increase our chance of getting diamonds when we open the chest. I got off lucky here. This doesn't always work. You can do something very similar in the desert temple. If you get down to this room, you'll find these 4 chests. There is a 2.6% chance that one of these chests will have a god apple, and if a god apple does appear in one of these chests, then the odds of another god apple generating again in the next chest are 48%. Now only if the god apple spawns in the first chest, and the possibilities of that are low. But we can pump them up to 100 by placing a hopper above the chest and putting the god apple inside a hopper. And that will put the god apple inside a chest without me opening the chest and causing the loot generation block to activate itself and fool the game into thinking that this god apple has generated here naturally. This will significantly increase our chance of getting another god apple in the chest nearby. I finally did it. This didn't work a lot of times for me. If you manage to find an igloo and get down here, you'll find this potion brewing stand, which contains a weakness potion, which means that this chest right here will have a golden apple, because those two things are inseparable. The game knows that if you have a weakness potion, you will also need a golden apple if you want to revive these guys, which this place is for. So the brewing stand and the chest are connected by the loot generation block, which means that if we add potions to this stand, the amount of golden apples in the chest will increase. But not if the loot generation block is triggered and the loot generates before more potions appear in the stand, which means that we shouldn't open it yet. Use a hopper instead. Now that there are more potions, there will be more golden apples in this chest. If you find this minecart with a chest in it on these mine rails, you can duplicate the loot by placing another one in its place. The loot generation block will think that this minecart has just spawned here naturally and should have loot generated in it, because the loot generation blocks spawn before the chests do. Now we have duplicated them. You can do the same, but a little bit differently in the spawner dungeon, by pushing another chest in the older one's place with a piston. Now the old chest has left the loot generation block, and the new chest has entered the loot generation block. Which means that both of these chests have been in the same loot generation block when the loot generation block was triggered, since we moved the chests, which will cause a duplication. You can also do this to village outposts